Every so often, a machine emerges that reshapes how we think about driving itself. Not just in numbers or badges, but in how metal, motion, and mind come together. It is the kind of machine that bridges two worlds, capturing the raw feel of analog control, while hinting at the precision of a digital age waiting on the horizon. Before anyone knew it, the early 90s became a laboratory for this balance. A time when engineers were deciding how much of the future to let in and how much of the past to hold on to. What they created became more than a car. It was a statement about what power should feel like when tuned to perfection. In this story, we uncover how one of the most revered sports sedans of its era defined the blueprint for precision, endurance, and driving purity that still influences modern performance engineering today. Like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments which classic machine you want to see featured next. The 1992 BMW E34 5 Series arrived at a time when the automotive world was standing on a narrow bridge between mechanical tradition and digital experimentation. It was built during an era when engineers were still in charge and marketers followed their lead. This generation of the 5 Series represented BMW at full confidence, a company certain that the pursuit of balance could deliver greatness. The E34's story begins in the late 80s, when its design was finalized under the shadow of emerging computer modeling tools, but its soul remained rooted in analog intuition. Every contour of its body was hand-sculpted to channel airflow efficiently, while maintaining a commanding yet understated silhouette. This was not a car meant to shout. It was built to speak through precision. The 1992 model year became a defining moment because it was the year BMW reached the midpoint between mechanical mastery and early electronic sophistication. The point where luxury and performance stopped being opposites. The design language of the BMW E34 5 Series was more than aesthetics. It was strategy. The designers created a shape that would look timeless from every angle, using crisp lines that followed aerodynamic logic rather than decorative impulse. The result was a sedan that looked muscular without exaggeration and refined without pretense. Each panel gap was tightened. Each body seam aligned with purpose. Beneath that elegant restraint, BMW built a structure that was stronger, quieter, and safer than its predecessor. This was achieved with the extensive use of high-strength steel and advanced crumple zone geometry, both rare in a segment still dominated by softer engineering priorities. The E34 carried the visual DNA of the 1980s while anticipating the modern efficiency of the 2000s, becoming a bridge between generations of design philosophy. Inside the 1992 BMW E34 5 Series, the experience was equally deliberate. BMW's interior designers believed that the driver should never have to search for a control, so every switch, dial, and gauge was placed within a short reach and a natural line of sight. The cockpit gently wrapped around the driver, creating a subtle separation from the passenger side, reinforcing the concept that this was a car for those who valued engagement. The materials were dense and tactile. Soft touch plastics mixed with genuine leather, and the grain of each surface reflected German precision. Even the doors closed with a satisfying weight that communicated integrity. Comfort was not an afterthought. It was a parallel objective to control. Underneath that sense of composure was an obsession with dynamics. The BMW E34 5 Series featured a chassis designed for consistency under pressure. Engineers focused on achieving near-perfect weight distribution, and the suspension geometry was tuned to react progressively rather than abruptly. The rear multi-link setup, derived from the flagship models, allowed the car to maintain composure even on uneven surfaces, while still transmitting enough feedback to remind the driver that this was no ordinary sedan. Steering precision became one of its defining traits. Every corner revealed the car's balance and predictability. It was neither twitchy nor lazy, proving that feedback could coexist with comfort. The heart of the 1992 E34 lay in its engines, particularly the inline-six options that represented BMW's signature engineering pride. The 3.0-liter and 3.5-liter variants were benchmarks of smoothness and reliability. Each engine was hand-assembled with tolerances so fine that vibration was nearly non-existent at cruising speeds. The sound, subtle yet authoritative, became part of the car's identity. Not aggressive, but confident. These engines were paired with transmissions that rewarded skilled drivers. The manual gearbox offered a mechanical precision that enthusiasts still reference today, while the automatic variant brought refinement without dulling the car's instincts. BMW's insistence on mechanical honesty made the E34 stand out in an era when many competitors were drifting toward artificial refinement. What truly separated the BMW E34 5 Series from others was its approach to technology. In 1992, onboard computers were still a novelty, but BMW integrated systems like adaptive engine management, traction control, and diagnostic interfaces in a way that enhanced rather than interfered with driving. The E34 proved that innovation could exist without diluting the human experience. This subtle introduction of electronic assistance laid the groundwork for BMW's later balance between driver involvement and computerized precision. It was an early glimpse of what would eventually define the brand's philosophy for decades. Yet, the most fascinating aspect of the 1992 BMW E34 5 Series was not just its hardware, but its cultural role. It represented an aspirational choice for professionals who wanted performance without ostentation. It was the executive car for those who still preferred to drive themselves. In a decade increasingly obsessed with luxury features and status, the E34 remained grounded in authenticity. Owning one communicated discernment rather than excess. That subtle character gave it longevity beyond its production years. It became a design and engineering reference point that still resonates with enthusiasts and collectors alike. Beyond its visual and mechanical beauty, the BMW E34 5 Series embodied a deeper idea. That engineering could have emotional depth. Every choice, from the steering weight to the suspension travel, was a conversation between precision and passion. BMW managed to create a sedan that was neither purely mechanical nor purely emotional, but perfectly balanced between both. The E34's designers and engineers were not chasing trends. They were establishing benchmarks. And in doing so, they produced one of the most complete expressions of driving harmony ever built. Even today, examining the 1992 BMW E34 5 Series feels like reading a letter from a time when craftsmanship mattered more than efficiency scores or algorithmic control. Its lines, its balance, and its tactile feedback all speak to an era when driving engagement was measured by feel rather than data. The car remains a reminder that progress does not always mean replacement. Sometimes it means refinement. The E34 defined that philosophy in metal and motion, proving that true innovation begins with understanding what must never be lost. The 1992 BMW E34 5 Series carried within it a philosophy that stretched far beyond the factory floor. It became a statement about how performance and precision could coexist without compromise. This model embodied the idea that a sedan could deliver both comfort and capability without sacrificing either. The engineering team approached it as a complete ecosystem rather than a collection of parts. Every component, from the steering rack to the suspension bushings, was tuned with a singular goal: to make the driver feel in command yet never fatigued. That sense of harmony defined what enthusiasts later called the BMW feel. It was neither about raw speed nor excessive technology, but about calibration so exact that every input produced the expected response. In the 1992 BMW E34 5 Series, the inline-six engine configuration represented more than an engineering choice. It was an identity marker. BMW had spent decades perfecting this layout, and by 1992, it reached a point of near-mechanical artistry. The M50 engine, with its double overhead cam design and variable valve timing, delivered linear power and exceptional durability. It pulled cleanly across the rev range, and its soundtrack was unmistakable. Many competitors could match its output on paper, but few could reproduce the seamless way it transferred power to the road. The engineers believed that the secret to long-term performance was not just in horsepower, but in the precision of how it was delivered. This precision extended to the transmission options available in the BMW E34 5 Series. The manual gearbox was an exercise in mechanical purity. Each gear change felt deliberate, with short throws and a weighty clutch that rewarded timing and skill. Drivers connected directly to the car through the shifter and pedals, translating motion into mechanical poetry. The automatic transmission, on the other hand, catered to those who valued smoothness without disengagement. It shifted predictably, allowing the car to glide through traffic while maintaining the quiet competence expected of an executive vehicle. No matter which configuration was chosen, the E34 always felt cohesive. It never seemed to fight itself. Underneath the bodywork, the suspension design played a crucial role in defining the car's character. The double-jointed front setup and rear multilink architecture gave the 1992 BMW E34 5 Series a combination of grip and stability that became a benchmark for future generations. It responded with calm precision, even under aggressive cornering, while maintaining a ride comfort that rivaled dedicated luxury sedans. This duality made the E34 special. It could handle high-speed highways and tight city streets with equal composure, never betraying its balance. Engineers spent countless hours refining the damping and geometry to ensure that the car communicated with the driver instead of isolating them. Safety, too, was an essential part of the E34's blueprint. By 1992, BMW had begun incorporating features like anti-lock braking systems and reinforced occupant cells, but the philosophy went deeper than hardware. The goal was predictability. A safe car, they believed, was one that behaved consistently in every condition. The E34 5 Series set new standards for chassis rigidity and braking control. It resisted body flex even under extreme loads, giving drivers confidence long before electronic stability programs became mainstream. The braking system was progressive and easily modulated, reinforcing the sense that everything in this car had been tuned for human hands rather than computer logic. Inside, the evolution of technology subtly reshaped the E34 experience. BMW introduced advanced onboard diagnostics that allowed technicians to interface with the car through electronic systems, a pioneering concept at the time. Features like automatic climate control, power-adjustable memory seats, and upgraded sound systems added convenience without compromising the driver's focus. Every function was designed to serve the act of driving, not distract from it. The ergonomics were so well thought out that many of its interior principles still guide modern car design today. The car's cabin stood as a testament to restraint and purpose. It aged gracefully because it avoided trends. One of the most telling aspects of the 1992 BMW E34 5 Series was how it adapted to various roles. It was equally comfortable as a family sedan, a long-distance tourer, or a spirited performer on mountain roads. Few cars managed to deliver that level of versatility with such composure. Owners found themselves forming attachments that went beyond transportation. They began to see the car as a companion, one that rewarded careful maintenance and attentive driving. Even decades later, enthusiasts often describe how the E34 feels alive in a way newer cars seldom do. That feeling of connection comes from the mechanical honesty embedded in its design. The legacy of the 1992 BMW E34 5 Series also rests on how it shaped the evolution of the brand's engineering culture. BMW's commitment to weight distribution, balance dynamics, and driver focus became central to its reputation. The E34 codified these traits into tangible results that journalists and owners could feel immediately. It demonstrated that innovation did not require abandoning core values. The E34's success validated BMW's insistence that progress should enhance experience rather than replace it. Every subsequent generation would be judged against this standard, sometimes meeting it, sometimes falling short, but never ignoring it. Beyond performance and design, the E34's durability deserves recognition. Many of these cars, properly maintained, still operate smoothly today, reflecting the build quality that defined early 90s German engineering. The combination of solid materials, conservative design tolerances, and precise assembly created a product meant to last. This reliability contributed to its reputation as both a driver's car and a long-term investment. Owners quickly realized that the E34 5 Series was not only enjoyable to drive, but also dependable in ways few luxury sedans of its era could match. It was built to endure daily life without losing its character. What ultimately makes the 1992 BMW E34 5 Series so compelling is how effortlessly it balanced contradictions. It was powerful yet composed, luxurious yet focused, modern yet timeless. Every decision behind its development seemed guided by restraint and clarity of purpose. This clarity separated it from rivals chasing fashion or technology for its own sake. The E34 reminded the world that true engineering excellence is not about adding more, but about perfecting what already works. Its endurance, both mechanically and emotionally, confirms that the pursuit of balance is often the most radical act in automotive design. The 1992 BMW E34 5 Series remains a symbol of that equilibrium, forever representing the moment when precision met personality and changed driving forever. By 1992, the BMW E34 5 Series had reached a level of refinement that few mid-size sedans could touch. It had matured into a machine that embodied BMW's philosophy of power through precision. But its real story was not about numbers or features. It was about the way it made people feel behind the wheel. The E34 became the kind of car that created loyalty not because of marketing, but because of experience. Every time a driver slid into the seat and started the engine, they felt the sum of years of engineering focus distilled into one seamless motion. That repeatable feeling of control became addictive, and it defined why the E34's legend has outlived its production run. For the engineers who built the 1992 BMW E34 5 Series, the challenge was not to create a faster or flashier car. It was to create a more complete one. They studied vibration frequencies, steering feedback curves, and suspension articulation points with a single mission: to build trust between machine and driver. This trust was tangible. You could feel it in how the chassis communicated road texture, how the brakes responded with consistent pressure, and how the steering wheel stayed alive even at highway speeds. It was a car that spoke the language of confidence fluently. Drivers came to rely on it not only as transportation, but as an extension of their instincts. The 1992 BMW E34 5 Series represented an intersection of mechanical craftsmanship and emerging technology, yet it never felt experimental. Each new system served a purpose. Traction control worked quietly in the background, correcting without intruding. Electronic engine management optimized performance without changing the car's character. These advancements were carefully tuned so that the human remained the focus of the experience. Unlike many modern vehicles where electronics dominate the sensation of driving, the E34 used technology as a silent partner. It anticipated the balance that would later define the best of performance luxury, where comfort and control coexist instead of competing. Cultural perception also played a key role in shaping the E34's identity. In 1992, this BMW became a symbol of professional achievement, but without the excess often attached to luxury ownership. It was refined enough for the boardroom parking lot, yet capable enough for weekend driving adventures. The E34 blurred social boundaries by appealing to both enthusiasts and executives. That rare balance gave it a universal appeal. It represented ambition with restraint, success with humility. For many, owning one meant aligning with a mindset that valued quality and substance over showmanship. Over the years, the 1992 BMW E34 5 Series built a loyal following that continues to grow. Collectors prize its durability and timeless styling, while everyday drivers still appreciate its usability. Restoration communities thrive around preserving these cars, not because of nostalgia alone, but because the E34's engineering rewards careful upkeep. It remains approachable to work on, and its components are designed with logic and accessibility. This simplicity, paired with its mechanical integrity, ensures that the car remains alive on roads across the world. The longevity of the E34 serves as living proof of the value of honest engineering. On the performance side, the 1992 BMW E34 5 Series maintained a dynamic capability that continues to impress. Its cornering balance, high-speed stability, and steering accuracy hold up even against modern standards. Enthusiasts often remark on how modern performance sedans feel more powerful but less connected, while the E34 continues to offer that pure feedback loop between driver and machine. This connection creates a sense of involvement that transcends speed limits or acceleration figures. It turns every drive into an act of communication rather than a test of endurance. That level of engagement has become increasingly rare in the age of digital control. The influence of the 1992 BMW E34 5 Series can be felt in BMW's later designs, as well as across the industry. Its chassis dynamics inspired generations of engineers to pursue similar harmony between rigidity and responsiveness. Other manufacturers studied its suspension tuning and weight distribution as a benchmark for balanced handling. The car effectively set a template for what an executive sports sedan should feel like: agile without being harsh, composed without being dull. That standard still defines the category, even decades later. In many ways, the E34 wrote the rulebook for how to build a driver's car that wears a suit. From a design standpoint, the E34's influence endures in subtle ways. Its proportions, long hood, short overhangs, upright stance, still inform the visual DNA of modern sedans. Designers continue to reference its clarity and discipline, using it as an example of timeless form following functional purpose. The lack of unnecessary decoration gave the E34 a kind of permanence that few cars achieve. Even in contemporary traffic, it stands out not through flash, but through balance. It remains an object of respect, the kind of car that turns heads quietly because it carries itself with integrity. The deeper meaning of the 1992 BMW E34 5 Series lies in its ability to connect eras. It represents the end of purely mechanical engineering and the beginning of digital integration done right. It shows that progress can be elegant when guided by purpose rather than novelty. For those who appreciate driving as a craft, the E34 serves as a reminder that engineering is most powerful when it enhances the human experience rather than replacing it. Every turn of the steering wheel and every engine note speaks to a generation of creators who believed that machines could have soul. As time continues to move forward, the legacy of the 1992 BMW E34 5 Series only grows clearer. It occupies a rare space between history and relevance, between nostalgia and practicality. People continue to rediscover it not as a relic, but as a lesson. The E34 proves that excellence comes from understanding balance between comfort and control, tradition and technology, driver and road. It remains a symbol of what happens when engineering ambition meets restraint, and when craftsmanship becomes the language of performance. The 1992 BMW E34 5 Series stands as one of the finest testaments to that pursuit. The 1992 BMW E34 5 Series remains one of the most complete expressions of automotive philosophy ever built. Its influence stretches far beyond its production years, echoing through the way modern cars are designed, driven, and understood. This car demonstrated that progress does not have to erase the past. It can refine it. The E34 bridged an era of pure mechanical connection and the dawn of digital precision, showing that the two could coexist gracefully. It turned the simple act of driving into an experience of synchronization between human instinct and mechanical logic. Even today, when surrounded by screens and automation, the clarity of that connection feels refreshing. Reflecting on the 1992 BMW E34 5 Series is like revisiting the blueprint of a perfectly balanced equation. Its design was purposeful, its engineering exact, and its presence understated yet magnetic. Everything it did with intent. It provided luxury without isolation, performance without harshness, and technology without confusion. That equilibrium became its defining virtue. In a world where cars increasingly blur their own purpose, the E34 stands as a reminder that simplicity executed with mastery can outlast complexity built in haste. The continued admiration for the E34 is not nostalgia. It is respect. Enthusiasts recognize it as a turning point when engineering discipline aligned perfectly with driver engagement. Its durability has earned it a second life in garages and workshops, where restoration becomes a form of preservation, a way to keep an ideal alive. Mechanics still praise its build quality. Designers still study its proportions. Owners still find new reasons to appreciate the depth of thought embedded in its construction. The 1992 BMW E34 5 Series endures because it was built with an honesty that transcends time. Ultimately, the legacy of the 1992 BMW E34 5 Series reminds us what defines greatness in automotive design. It is not the speed record, the marketing slogan, or the luxury badge. It is the harmony between purpose and execution. The E34 achieved that harmony with confidence, proving that precision and emotion are not opposites but partners. Every generation that follows continues to chase that same elusive balance. The E34 found it first and held on to it, quietly setting the benchmark for what a sports sedan should be. It remains not only a product of its time, but a timeless example of what happens when power meets precision with absolute intent.